guys, Mike here with Wilderness Warriors. Wanted to go over some things today. The topic is water filtration, and basically I have used a lot of water filters over the years, backpacking and hiking and whatnot, and in the past I boiled it down to the one that I trusted most and the one that I loved. The only big drawback was that it was heavy. I think this thing for car camping type stuff, or even a heavy backpacking where I know I'm going into some really crappy water areas, this would probably still be my go-to, just because my trust level with it is way high. And that is the First Need water purifier. And in that name is why I trust this thing more than anything else. That it is a US EPA and FDA certified purification device, not just a filtration device. And it has to do, the two different ratings there have to do with the micron level at which it filters by, which is pretty good. I think there's others out there that spec something a little bit better, but yet they still don't make the certification for a purifier. They still have to be listed as a filter. This also has charcoal or carbon in it as well, and I believe there's ceramic filters inside. The drawback is that it's heavy. I mean, this thing is close to a pound, and this is dried. It hasn't been used in quite a while, so wet, it retains some water inside the cartridge anyway, so it's going to be a little bit heavier than that. Simple pump action, works great. The pump and the filter are actually separate on this one, similar to a grenade pin. You'd pull it, and there's a nipple on top. It's tight. There we go. And so that is the actual filtration unit. These are replaceable, and the replacement cost is about $58 or so, give or take where you find it. One thing that I do like about it is the attachment point is molded into this. This will fit all standard hiking type wide mouth bottles and narrow mouth bottles, such as the Nalgene, both the small and the large. And then I have actually used where the threads aren't perfect, but many other brands will thread right up onto it without any issue. It can also be hooked into a tube to run down, if you wanted to fill something up that was on the ground that was bigger, that, a soft bag or something like that would work great as well. Easy to replace. I believe it's listed at about 180 gallons of fairly crappy water. Again, this thing removes 99.9999% of all viruses and 0.999999 of things like Giardia and Cryptosporidium and cysts. So it's an excellent product. Drawback is that it's heavy. You've got your inlet tube, your pump handle, and on your inlet tube you have a little device on the end of it that is a real fine micro strainer for any solids in it. But this is actually a foam float that adjusts up, that in slow moving water, essentially it's just going to sit there and dangle this below the surface of the water to get away from any surface contaminants, and you can adjust that to how deep you need to go. I have found that in fast running water, good clear fast moving creeks and all, that you may actually have to set this down in there and put a rock on top of it or something, because it does want to float. It's real lightweight. All in all, though, this is still an excellent one, but it's a little on the big side. It's a little on the heavy side, but a true certified purification system versus a water filter. But trying to go lighter in weight and actually reading up on all the details of the differences in filtration and purification, I found that most of the places that I go, 99.99% of the time, the human element of contamination is taken out of it. So all I have to really worry about are the natural things found in nature and animals and such. And by that, most all virus issues are done away with in the water, because they are generally created by the human aspect of that. So the filtration system that I went to, let's see which one it's in. The filtration system I went to only weighs a couple of ounces, and this actually includes some extras. I've got a waterproof bag that I can actually use as a water carrier to scoop up more dirty water. And it is the Sawyer squeeze system. So it came with a couple of squeeze bags. I've got the one bag here. I use the squeeze bag right now. I've got others that I haven't even opened the package of. I think I bought a 3-pack of the 32-ounce bottles to generally be used as clean water. But I found in most of my hiking around stuff that I don't need to carry those with me unless I'm going on a really long trek where I know that I'm going to be away from water and have to carry a lot in. So what I do is I fill this one up with dirty water and attach the filtration unit to it. And again, it is just a filter, not a purifier. And 2 ways to do it. You can either drink straight from it or squeeze it out, or run it into another container. And what I actually found that I had for a long time and never even used it, I don't even know where I picked it up at. This is a bottle adapter that just had a nipple on top of it, and I bought some accessory connectors for the Sawyer unit that is made to put it in line. And this is actually, let's see if I can get it open, a carbon filtration system for filtering out bad taste and such. So it's an after your main filter process, but essentially it's a container with a porous filter screen on bottom, and you pack it full of carbon, and then it actually screws on to the bottom of the filter. But the cool part is this was from the Pure manufacturing company. They do other types of water filters as well. But what this does is actually the smallmouth bottles from Nalgene will fit up into the inside of it, and it wedges in to hold it really nicely. And on the wide mouth bottles, this actually fits in on the outside and sits down in there very nicely. And then there's actually a little air thing there so you won't get compressed air into your tank, and screws on to the bottom. And that basically is the entire system. Other options that you had, if you're hiking with and you wanted to connect another soft squeeze bag to the bottom of it, this is one of the little kids science things, the tornado connector for connecting 2 2-liter bottles together. And it just screws up on there, and then another one would screw into the bottom of it. And I carry just a couple extra bottle caps in case I lose one or drop it and crack it or something like that. Now what I have also found is that this little bottle top, and being that it's a flexible container, is relatively hard to fill up, and it's a pain in the butt really to fill this thing up in a flat stream or something like that where there's no waterfall that you can hold it under, where you've got gravity actually pushing this thing open. So what I have found is that connector also works really well going in there. And then I took I don't know, like a 1-liter bottle, just a round water bottle type deal. Cut the bottom off. I ran some duct tape around it so that edge doesn't split and it's not real sharp, and it makes it a little bit stiffer. And I basically use it as a funnel on there. And now you can scoop water up, and then the gravity will fill this thing up, and it makes it so much easier to fill these bags up. I just found that for what little weight that this thing takes up, and the fact that I can cram everything into that as a holder, it works really well. Show you how all that goes back in there. I think I drop that down in there. Keep one cap on the end of it. Next, I think I'll put that in. That goes down in there. We've got a syringe. sucks back into my bag. I just roll it up to roll any air out of it. And there you go. Again, this is way less than a ½ pound. It's just all super lightweight materials, and then the bags themselves don't weigh a whole lot. So, and I've used this one good. The other really good thing about this filter is the filtration rate. This thing, once you get a little water through it and it gets wet, it fills up just on gravity feed a 32-ounce bottle in less than 3 minutes. I would say closer to a 1.5 to 2 minute range. And that's with actually scooping with the filter more than once, or even filling up a bottle more than once. It's really, really fast. And the Sawyer stuff uses a hollow fiber membrane for the filtration that filters to 0.1 microns. And I just find that for my areas that I go to, this is more than adequate for cleaning up any water that I'm going to drink, and the carbon takes out any taste that you have to worry about. The carbon is refillable. I think I paid $7 for a bag of activated charcoal at the pet department at Walmart, and all you do is fill it in, run some water through it, and once you get all the black coloring off of it, then it's just as pure and crisp as if you're drinking out of a water filter from your refrigerator. So that's my filtration system. Hope in watching this that you picked up some information, or maybe saw something you want to go out and try for yourself. So leave a comment and subscribe for me if you would, and let me know what you think. Appreciate it.